This is gonna be a weird one. Why am I making this video? Let's get right into the point, right? A lot of you guys say I ramble too much in my videos and don't get to the point fast enough. Part of me wants to apologize for that, but also I'm a sucker for a little flair and a little drama, right? So forgive me. I know I tend to ramble, but I'll do my best to get to the point with this video at least. Why are we staring at arguably one of the most influential people in the fitness industry, even though he's been dead for over 6 years now, right? Something like that. Well, long story short, this morning I was getting my reps in streaming, and I was going to stream some PvP on Turtle. And right when I turned my stream on, the server went down for a restart. And I didn't know what to do. Started watching some YouTube videos to kill some time, right? And I quickly found myself watching Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler videos and explaining how awesome and impactful they were to me. And I had this weird, I'm like embarrassed to admit it, but I had this weird feeling of like, wow, this is even more fun than streaming. Wow, like way more fun. And all day I've just been kind of wrestling with that realization. And I want to get it out. So I was thinking all day, um, if I had kind of like planned that more rather than it just being sporadic, what videos would I have kind of watched and spoke about? And I don't know what I'm going to title this video, but essentially the point of it is videos that I watch when I feel like making excuses. Or just videos that have helped me get a little bit more fit. It's really funny. Like throughout all of human history, we've gotten all of our knowledge from like stories and books and stuff. And it's only relatively recently where we've had the ability to essentially immortalize some people and some things and just be able to have them on tap whenever we want. And these are just like, again, I've only put a couple minutes, hours maybe, today just thinking about what I would show. So is this the most serious video ever? No. But for me, it's pretty serious because these are YouTube videos that have changed my life for the better, right? Um, so anyway, let's get right into it, right? It's going to start off a little silly, get a little bit more serious as we go, as we kind of go through here, right? And I have them ordered in a specific reason. I'm not going to watch all of the videos. I'll link them in the description. I highly recommend you watch them, but I'll give you like a little teaser, talk about why I think they're so awesome or important, and dislike the video and leave a mean comment, and we can get on with our day. So anyway, this is Rich Piana. If you are not involved in fitness at all, or got involved, like I was saying, in the last 2 years, he did pass away. But he was arguably one of the most honest and open bodybuilders ever, and that is extremely important. Obviously he was on a shit ton of gear. I mean, he looks like a fucking gorilla and a ninja turtle put together here, right? But he was unbelievably honest. This guy had the ability, in my opinion, to do something that a lot of these kind of freaky guys can't do, which is not only explain things to the hardcore bodybuilder, but also just kind of the average Joe trying to get a little stronger. And it's very interesting because usually those things don't go together, right? You almost have to like pick a lane. There's obviously some exceptions, but I think this guy did it better than anybody else. Now, this video in particular took me a little bit to find, and I'm looking for one particular thing, and I found it, and that is the way he explains dieting. I was the skinny kid. Nobody starts in decent shape, right? But you're either going to start a little underweight or a little overweight. I was very underweight. And I remember seeing this video, 10 years ago. I just turned 18, and I was in college, and I don't know, I wanted a little bit more attention from girls, and I knew that if I put on a little bit of muscle, that would help, right? So this video just spoke to me at a really nice time, and the way he explains this in particular sticks out to me. So let's watch.
So, this whole eating thing it really is easy, guys. A lot of people really make it out to be so difficult. I talk to people at the expos and they're like, oh, I just can't do it, Rich. I just can't eat that much food. My stomach and blah, 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 blah. And come on, man. We're talking about there's so many harder things in life than fucking eating food. Think about the fucking people that are starving, you know, that fucking don't get any food. Come on, man. You can't eat food. You can't eat that many meals a day.
Look how nasty that looks.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up egg whites.
This shit is fucking easy, you know? And remember, this is it's for a reason.
It's for a reason.
You know, this is just part of what it takes. You know, everyone wants to be big, but no one wants to fucking eat, right? Isn't that Ronnie Coleman said something about everyone wants to be big, but no one wants to lift heavy weight? Well, the way I see it is everyone wants to be big, but no one wants to eat the fucking food. And eating the food is the easy part.
Eating food is not the easy part for some of us, but the way he explains it and makes it simple is beautiful.
No cheese, plain old egg white.
Okay, and then this is it. This is the real cherry on top, right? I eat 6 eggs every single morning. It's my pre-workout meal, usually in the morning. I eat 6 eggs and a bowl of oatmeal because of this guy. Sometimes I do hash browns instead of oatmeal, okay, see me. But whenever I'm looking at my eggs, because I fucking hate eggs, this goes through my mind. I've thought of this legitimately thousands of times.
God damn it, now. Time to eat this breakfast.
Looks like puke on his plate. Listen to this. This is gold.
Plain old egg whites. No pepper, no cheese, no salsa.
No nothing.
No nothing. Gotta be honest with you. Tastes like shit. Like fucking shit. But, you know what? All the rest of my meals today.
Anyway, okay, so for anybody who has problems eating, again, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a full-time trainer, and that is the biggest thing I hear from people is, how can I put on muscle without eating more? Or how can I make eating, easier? And I can't say it this way, but I always think to myself, like, just shut up and eat it. You know what I mean? It tastes like shit. Yeah, I know. It's boring. I know. It's expensive. I know. Do it anyway. And I can never illustrate this to people, but this sums it up perfectly. Okay. Anyways, little silly. We're keeping it silly for the next, just this one, I guess. And we're going to get a little bit more serious, right? Okay. I hate anime. I want to like anime so bad. When people talk to me about anime, I think it's the coolest shit ever. And then when I try to watch it, I get super bored. I've tried to watch, and I know people are going to hate that I say that, but I'm honest with you. I've tried to watch Naruto. I've tried to watch Dragon Ball. I've tried to watch My Hero Academia. I've tried to watch the one with the kids in the jig suit, the Full Metal Alchemist. I've tried to watch One Piece. I get bored immediately. It sucks. But the stories seem cool. Again, like when people explain it, it seems really rad. But in my attempts of trying to get into anime, this scene sticks out to me a lot, and it's super corny. But God, is it rad. I'm totally gonna get copyright strikes, but it's so worth it.
Weren't you listening? One of his powers is shock absorption.
Yeah? What about it?
Come on, bro.
He's gonna fight that brain guy head on? Whoa, they're so fast!
No, I can't get near them. He said your quirk was only shock absorption, not nullification. That means there's a limit to what you can take, right? So you are made to fight me, big guy. If you can really withstand me firing at 100% of my power, then I'll have to go beyond that and force you to surrender!
It's progressive overload. And the music's
He's giving
amazing.
it his all, even though he's injured. Those aren't just random punches either. They're targeted. And every single one of them is more than 100% of his power.
It's so corny, but I love it. I fucking love this. I've just in the gym parking lot probably 50 times.
A real hero. We'll always find a way for justice to be served.
You can't see it, but I'm grinning ear to ear. I love this so much.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
What's happening? Everything is shaking. What was that?
Alright, God, I'm sorry, I just love that so much. Okay, I mean, come on, that is as Jim Bro-y as it gets, right? It's literally progressive overload personified, and I love every single thing about this scene. The show, I can't really comment on too much because I don't know, I don't like anime, but I love this shit. The whole idea of like there's a limit and you want to go past it. Next time you're gonna go for a PR, take 200 milligrams of caffeine and watch this and try not to break it. It's like fucking foolproof. All right. Anyway, okay, let's get a little bit more serious now. Time for serious Barack. Let's go to this. All right. Actually, let's go to this. So, all right, this is Rory Leidelmeyer. I've only seen his name written. I've actually never heard his last name. We're gonna listen to one little excerpt from this guy. Very underrated in my opinion. I apologize for the like kind of dramatic music. That's not necessarily what I'm here for. But what I like about this guy in particular, if you look at him now, he's still alive. He's super old, but he's in super good shape. And that's kind of my goal, I realized, is like I want to be if I'm lucky enough to have kids, I want to be like the jacked grandpa, right? That's why I don't do steroids. That's part of why I'm committed to like longevity and being healthy as opposed to just blasting a bunch of gear and being as big as I can get, because I want to be the most jacked kid at my granddaughter's tea party, right? That's literally my main goal in life. So anyway, I find him really motivational for that. I don't think he was natural, but I think he was very, like, if you look at his physique, very,
Please.
I mean, this is him relatively recently. This isn't. This is from like the 60s. But very proportionate, just healthy, doesn't have the distended, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stomach. I don't know, just like, this is my ideal physique right here. I don't want to be Nick Walker, 7,000 pounds, distended gut, big old waist, like, the Greek statue shit. That's what I'm aiming for. A little teaser too for something we're gonna watch here in a minute. But anyway, this how do I want to word this? I don't believe in multiple takes, so forgive me. But what I like about this edit in particular, or this speech in particular, is it applies to a lot of things. A lot of us use the gym as a way to cope. I saw some comments on my last video that said things along the lines of like, oh, this guy needs therapy, this guy needs antidepressants and shit. I go to therapy. I did therapy every week for about a year. I took 3 different types of antidepressants. Hated all of it. Hated all of it. I didn't even like therapy because I felt like I was just complaining. But one thing that I do know is good is the gym. Every time I go into the gym, no matter how bad I'm feeling, I leave feeling a little stronger. And I'm really thankful for that. To me, it's kind of more than bodybuilding. It's more than muscles. It's like my temple. I'm not a religious person, but when I go in there, I feel very close to, I don't know, I feel close to God. I feel close to the universe. I feel close to my ancestors. I don't know. It's to me, it's more than just a place with heavy stuff. And I know it sounds corny, or you can go ahead and roast me for it, but I'm just being honest. It's a place where I feel like it's just a beautiful thing. It's every gym, whether it's a crappy hotel gym, your commercial gym, the gym at my college, the gym at wherever, every gym is just it's a sanctuary to better yourself. And that's a rare thing. Anyway, you should watch all this guy fit. He's very inspirational, but this speech in particular just hits home with me. It applies to things that isn't just bodybuilding. But goddamn it, if it doesn't make me want to go lift. A little homoerotic, but that's all good, right?
And it brings me to a story about an old donkey that fell into a pit. And this old donkey was doing what donkeys do, screaming out, hee-haw, hee-haw. Old farmer heard him. Looked inside the pit, saw the old donkey, realized he wasn't of any value anymore, so he got all of his partners together, farmers. They all grabbed shovels, they started throwing dirt on that inside that pit. Well, at first that donkey was making a lot of noise. Eventually they didn't hear that donkey no more. So when they were throwing dirt in the pit, one of them looked under there, and they realized every time they threw dirt on his back, the donkey would shake it off, and he would have that dirt fall underneath his legs. Yes, sir. And eventually he rose above the pit. Same thing happens to us, all right? The world throws a lot of dirt on us. The world throws a lot of crap on us. You're never alone. Go out into this world, and whatever the world throws on you, shake it off. Let's go. Let's rise above it all.
Fuck, dude. All right, man. That's just one. He's not a billion like that. I don't even know. Like, what can I say to add on to that, right? That anything I add on to that is just gravy. It's pointless. I'm fired up. I want to go lift again after that, right? Like, you know, you can maim me, you can slow me down, you know, you can try, but I'm just gonna shake it off and rise above it. Whew, that's a good one. That always hits. That's like, for me, that's like smelling salts. Like I hear that and I just want to go fucking squat. Yeah, absolute legend. Rory Leidelmeyer. Somebody asked me, we actually watched this one earlier on stream. Somebody asked me like who I think is an underrated bodybuilder, and my brain immediately went to this guy. He's the GOAT. Everything I aspire to be, realistically, this guy is. So mad respect to this guy. I hope to, like, I don't know, meet him one day, honestly, and shake his hand, because that a lot of his stuff has gotten me through some pretty hard times.
Takes what they have.
Look at that squat.
We can
Look at that.
You know,
Even on
there's give and
Smith,
take.
like, that is fucking gross, dude. Anyway, okay. Now we're going to get a little bit more non-bodybuilder-y. So this is Jim Rohn. This guy has motivated me in a ton of ways in and outside of the gym. This is a like 2-hour lecture. I just picked one expert from it I really, really liked, but honestly, this is gold the whole way through. If you take one thing away from this video, please go watch this. It's called The Major Key to Your Future Is You. So anyway, watch this. It's got like, what, 2 million views 10 years ago, which is criminal how low it is, but this guy's helped me so much. He did unfortunately pass away. This is another thing where it's like, fuck, dude, I just really wish I could have shook this guy's hand. He doesn't strike me as a salesman, which is like a lot of those, you know, fucking Grant Cardone and like those like self-improvement gurus. To me, they just come off as slimy salesmen. Jim Rohn doesn't give me an inch of that. I feel his passion. You know, they say like real recognizes real. I just think he was a real one, and in all aspects of life, this guy's helped me with just the thing. His philosophies have helped me with school, with work, and even with the gym. So here's just one random thing. I don't even remember what I picked before I hit record here, honestly, but I'm sure it was good. So let's listen.
But of course, my first question was, well, then why isn't it bigger? And he said, you don't have my first question.
Okay. So he's talking about money. Like, why isn't my bank account bigger, right? We're talking about bodybuilding and lifting and shit. So I think it's really funny because you can just interchange that, right? Why isn't my bank account bigger? Okay, but let's back up. Why aren't my muscles bigger? Why aren't my arms bigger?
Was, well, then why isn't it bigger? And he said, you don't have enough reasons.
Gold again.
You've got enough intelligence, but not enough reasons. So see, reasons can change your life. Here's what else I found out. Reasons come first, answers come second. You don't get the answers to do well till you get the reasons. Life has a mysterious way of hanging on to all the answers and only gives them up to the people that are inspired by reasons.
So calming.
So reasons make the difference in how your life works out. Now, what are some of the reasons for doing well? Let's go through a quick list called Reasons for Doing Well. First is personal reasons. Some people do well for recognition. Some people do well for respect. Some people do well for the way it makes them feel. They love the feeling of being a winner. Those are good reasons. I have some millionaire friends that keep working 10, 12 hours a day, making more millions. And it's not because they need the money.
Anyway, all right. So I have to watch all this. I have to be careful. I'd watch the rest of this. I think again, like I was saying, it's really funny. He just plays all this like making more money with getting more jacked. I think if you watch my video that I made like a week or two ago, I touch upon this because I'm a firm believer that reasons are everything with getting in better shape, right? I mean, look at how many people try to get in shape and try and fail over and over. Every January, they sign up and they quit. They sign up and they quit. And then their heart gets ripped out and stomped on, and all of a sudden, 3 months later, they look like a completely different person. Why? Because they had a reason. Ooh, that was good. I mean, you could literally skip anywhere in here.
When your heart is smashed in 1,000 pieces, and the nights are unusually long, your prayers seem to go no higher than your head. It's wintertime.
I mean, what was I saying? Right there, right? Like everything in here is gold, and it can be applied. This is more than bodybuilding. Again, this is just gonna this can help you with so many different facets and avenues of life. So, Jim Rohn, The Major Key to the Better Future is You. Watch this. Listen to it when you're driving. Listen to it when you're going to sleep. I'm sure you'll find something in here that's gold. All right, now we're gonna get really weird. But I like weird, right? And almost boring. I have seen this video probably 100 times. I've memorized this fucking speech. I will not go super into it here because I do not want to get up on a soapbox. And I can't talk about this without coming off a little preachy. So I'm going to dabble into it a little bit, and then I promise we'll move on. But like, they say write about what you know or whatever. And what I know is this lecture was more important to my life than any lecture I ever heard in school. Probably more than any book I ever read. Like this, I try to emulate some of the things I've learned in this lecture, and I probably will attempt to emulate some of the things I learned in this lecture for the rest of my life. It is that powerful. So, I skipped to the end because he kind of summarizes it pretty well here, but you can't compartmentalize this. You have to watch this whole thing. For anybody who's really struggling, and I mean really struggling with something in life, I'm not talking about being a little sad. I'm talking about feeling like borderline despair without getting too, not even borderline. Anybody who's actually feeling desperate needs to watch this. Okay, so again, we're kind of getting more than bodybuilding here a little bit. Forgive me. I don't know what I'm going to title this video, but yeah. So he's talking about this guy Marcus Aurelius, the father of Stoicism. Basically, this guy was a fucking emperor. He could murder anybody. He could have sex with anybody. He could have all the money in the world if he wanted. He could spend all of his days drinking. But he chooses not to. There's really nobody else in history like him. He was the last great emperor. He was as close to, if you've ever studied Socrates, he was as close to the philosopher king, which is like the perfect leader, essentially, that, in my opinion, humanity has ever gotten, or at least that we have any record of. So I know that sounds like whoa, but it is like whoa. It really is that insane. This guy really was something, and a lot of his thoughts, because that's what this is, they weren't necessarily teachings, because he didn't want anybody to know all the stuff that he wrote down. He wrote all this stuff, and then he wanted a servant to burn it after he died, and the servant didn't. He read it, and he was like, oh hell no, I can't get rid of this. So he published it or put it in a library or something, and we have all this guy's teachings from a point of view of somebody who doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. Anybody, what was that old Chris Rock bit? It's like everybody is only as faithful as opportunity allows, right? Like everybody likes to clown on Tiger Woods for cheating on his wife. I would never do that, but like you don't have a busload of Swedish supermodels outside your house every night, right? When you get that, let's see how faithful you are. Anyway, I digress. So,
respect, I think it's the true air of Socratic philosophy. The key idea behind Marcus Aurelius, something like this, that it's just the human condition for us to have troubles and worries and anxieties and problems. Don't torture yourself by worrying about things that aren't in your control. Leave that in the hands of God. Leave that in the hands of nature. Do your best to control the things that you do have control over: yourself, your behavior, your intentions, and your actions. If you do that, you will live a blessed and happy and virtuous and wise life. You will be a real human being. If you fail to do that, gradually the inclination towards debauchery, evil, vice, sin, to put it in theological terms, will become greater and greater, and unless you arrest this slide towards self-indulgence, you will harm yourself and you will harm the people around you. No rational being wishes to harm themselves. No rational being wishes to harm the people around them. Because of that, if we were to be rational, it is the same thing as making us good, and that is the same thing as making us free. Not free in the sense of political freedom, being a slave or a free man, but free in the sense of being autonomous, making our own decisions, making laws for ourselves. Free in the sense of no longer being the slave of our passions, being pushed about by our feelings, being a toy that gets messed with by arbitrary things that are really beneath the human condition, that are mere emotion. If we want to be fully human, we must be fully free, and that means fully rational, and that means fully good.
Okay. Is every word not fucking gold there? Again, I know we're kind of straying off the path about bodybuilding or whatever a little bit, but I think a lot of this can apply. Man, this is just fucking powerful. This guy passed away recently too. Super sad. Never got to meet him or shake his hand, but I really wish I could. If this isn't your vibe, I totally get it, because it does kind of come off like a. I mean, he is talking to like students. It's a college lecture from. I mean, God knows where, but or when. But yeah, who else is here for the 500th time? This guy says. Anyway, if this isn't your vibe, I would highly watch something like this. So this guy is Gravemind. If you go to his channel, he has 1 billion. This whole video, I mean, if you look at shit I've watched all of these. Well, I don't have a little red line on all of them, but I've watched all of these. Every single one of his videos I've watched. Watch these driving to the gym. Again, the channel is Gravemind. He's essentially doing what I'm doing, but way better. He takes these lectures, these philosophies, puts them behind like some sick music and like anime shit. And he has one where he literally takes what we were just listening to and puts it over guts.
Stop complaining. There's nothing to complain about, because there's only 2 kinds of things. There are the kinds of things you can control, and there are the kinds of things you can't. Well, the gods put me here. I didn't ask for this job, but I can't very well give it up. I'd be abdicating my responsibility to other people. Soon you will have forgotten all things, and soon all things will have forgotten you.
Yeah, anytime you're afraid to do something, just remember that. Anyway, last one. This is the most personal to me. So this is Navy SEAL motivation, simple prick, don't quit. Now this is my kind of like break in case I'm actually going to make an excuse. If I'm really not feeling it, if I'm really trapped in a cycle of excuses or pity, or I can just feel them coming on, I watch this. Now we're not going to watch this whole thing because I will fucking tear up, and I promised myself I wouldn't cry on videos anymore. But
How many guys?
I mean, this is my whole thing, right? Don't quit. Life gets pretty simple. Your goals get pretty obtainable if you just don't quit. My dad was a Navy SEAL. This is my pops right here. Me and my pops. This is taken just like a year or 2 before he died. You know how diced he was, bro. I'm actually older than him now than he was in this photo, but yeah, he died not shortly after that picture, and my mom went a little crazy. Please don't type about this. I don't want any pity. I don't even really want to talk about it, like whatever, but I'm just being honest in this video. So he died. My mom went a little crazy. Got sent to live with my grandma, and my grandma had this, like, you know, she wanted to protect me mentality, so she essentially made me promise that I would never like do dangerous shit, right? That's why I don't have any tattoos. I promised her I wouldn't get any tattoos. I promised her I wouldn't ride a motorcycle, be a cop, go into the military. I promised her all this shit, and she was doing it from a place of love. But there's a piece of me now that I'm 28 looking back, and it's like, man, you know, yeah, all that stuff's dangerous. Maybe not the tattoos, but all that stuff's dangerous. But like, it really, you know, I've come to realize that it doesn't really matter how long you live. It matters how deep you live, right? This guy died when he was about my age. But man, did he live life, you know, jumping out of helicopters and buds training and deep sea diving, you know, having a kid, like all this stuff that I'll never do. You know, there's that old like Greek proverb where like every dude wants to, they say kill his dad, but that's not literal. It means like become more than your dad. I'll never become more than this guy. I'll never live a deeper life than a Navy SEAL. And all I have of him are stories. Like, you know, when I go back to my hometown, Florida, or what my mom says, the stories are just incredible. So for me, I'm kind of like trapped in this. I'll never have more of an impact. I'll never live a deeper life than my dad. And that's just something I've had to live with. And it's something, again, that at this age, like, I look at, and I don't know, you know? Like, yeah, maybe I'll be the oldest guy at my grandkid's tea party. And he's not going to get to meet his granddaughter at her tea party. But maybe in the grand scope of thing, maybe that's okay. Because maybe jumping out of helicopters and fighting bad guys and defending democracy, maybe that's more important. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Woo, we got deep there. This video is basically just a highlight of buds. And anytime you feel like your training is hard, you know, you don't want to go bench press, you don't want to go to a nice, cozy, air-conditioned gym, watch this shit, you know?
That you push yourself a lot further than you thought possible.
A couple of guys are hurting pretty good. So just put out, do what I had to do for the rest of the fellas. It's just the name of the game, it's just all die around here.
It's here, boys. Yeah, we're so close, guys.
A little wet, a little cold. Actually, a lot of cold, but...
Oh well.
Oh well. Kind of expected that.
I mean, I'm such a bitch, dude. Like, I live in Colorado. It gets really cold here. I'll be like shoveling snow off my car at 5 a.m. to go to the gym. And I think of this line, you know, like, wow, it's really cold. Oh, well. Compared to what this guy's doing, these like actual fucking heroes, just makes me feel like such a bitch. You take all those excuses and they go out the window when you see these guys.
Damn cold. Alright. Hanging in there.
It's up to you. You're in control of your pain.
You're in control of your pain, man.
Take all this shaking and all this cold you got going on right now, harness it, turn it into aggression.
I mean, yeah, okay, so everything's gold. We could watch this whole thing again. Obviously, all these videos I could watch all of, but what a weird video to make. I noticed we're at like 33 minutes here, so I think I should call it, but hopefully this kind of helped point you guys in some direction. If anybody out there is struggling with discipline or motivation, which is very common, you know, like I said, I'm a personal trainer, I do this shit for a living. I always tell people there's no dumb answer. Anything that gets you to show up is the right thing. So whether you're watching anime, you're watching boring ass lectures from the 60s, watching shirtless dudes that are way more buff than you in a posing in tight little speedos, or you're watching actual real life fucking heroes. There's no wrong answer, right? Anything that's going to get you into the gym, anything that's going to get you to push yourself, anything that's going to get you to stop making excuses and actually do the work and reach your goals is right. So don't let anybody tell you that what you use for motivation is wrong or weird. And if it is weird, embrace it, man. Get weird and get your gains. So thanks for letting me ramble. If you've actually watched this long, I really appreciate your time. And sometimes for me, it's really nice. I'm finding that it's nice to not just talk about World of Warcraft. There's things in real life that a ZG Tiger feels really good to get, but getting stronger feels a lot better. I promise. Anyway, my name is Barack H. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one.